I don't give a fuck, nigga. This is fraudulence. Nigga, fraudulent. As you can see, this chart is fraudulent. Let's examine it. We have, let's get it on there. We have March 26th being the first day of the New Year's of last year, according to Yahweh's calendar. So every 10 days, I would count. So I got to 360. You know, am I wrong for doing this? Am I wrong for doing this? I'm going to get into the scriptures, but I want to show you the practicality of the calendar. They don't have a calendar. Give me the calendar. So when I look at it, the last day, 360, as you can see on the top right, and let me try to zoom in a little bit with this. Yeah, let me go over here. So right here on March the 19th is the 360th day. So that next day on March 20th is the first day of the New Year's. But Ishiyah starts Yahweh's calendar corresponding with the heathen day of March 27th of this year. Please fact check me. I don't want to be a liar. So we're seeing 7 days being added to the 360. And, you know, let's. This is what I got for him. Yeah, this is going out in the ether land. Let me make sure the family can hear me. Family. Fam. This is what I got. Okay. I think I'm good. Inviting anybody to the stream. Going in on Moreh Yoel. My brother, Moreh Yoel. He hung up on me today. He called and hung up. I called, he hung up on me. I called back. Voicemail. This right here is Unity Ghost's diary. So all you who think that I'm a nobody, pay no mind to this. In fact, click off of it right now. This has nothing to do with you. This is just Unity Ghost expressing himself. He's a nobody anyway, right? Lowly person is he. But what I do want to say is long live the house of my brother Ishiyah. I love him. I will not let nothing happen to him nor his seed. Long live his seed. He has all these seeds. He is blessed with a house. Oh, this brother have a house, man. His quiver is full. Bless that man. So, brother saying I hate all the brothers. That's why he hang up on me. I was going to bring out the made up ass hate. Fuck what that nigga crying about. The made up ass hate that we got for anybody. He hung up on me when I was talking about made up hate. But I went to Exodus 4 and 14, and I'm going to go there real quick. And I read this to Yoel on his live stream. And the anger of Yah was kindled against Moses, and he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. Thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and I will teach you what ye shall do. He shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be unto thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of an Elohim. And I said, obviously, the brother didn't have anyone to interpret what he really meant with August 20th. They were jumping out the window and nothing significant happened. So yes, now retracting the statement about August 20th, moving the goalpost, which 45 days will be over in about 17 days from now. 45 days will be over within 17 days from now. But moving the goalpost, but obviously he did not have an errand to tell the people, no, it wasn't all going to shit on August the 20th. Some people were in that. So he can say, yes, he didn't really say that. But obviously, as Moses was not able to communicate with the people as well, he needed Aaron to do it. There was no Aaron for this particular prophecy. And why is that? We go, because we didn't have Moses deliver a message that was not clear. Moses was a false prophet. So when he delivered a message, they knew exactly what the message was and when it was with Moses. But obviously, there was no Aaron to deliver the complete message of what? August the 20th. But we can go to Deuteronomy 18 and 15. Yahweh Elohim shall raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto thee. And to him ye shall hearken, according to all that thou desireth of Yah thy Elohim in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of Yah thy Elohim. You'll let me see this great fire anymore, that I die. Yah said unto me, that have well spoken, that what they have spoken. I will raise up a prophet from among their brethren like unto thee. I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. From the past, whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet, if I presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if they say in their heart, how shall we know the word which Yah have not spoken? When the prophets speak in the name of Yah, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yah have not spoken. But the prophet have spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. Am I afraid? I guess I am the enemy now, huh? So I should be. But no, I shouldn't. I'm asking questions. They answer everybody else's question. This brother Nathan, y'all know me. Stop playing games. Even with Alicia, I did the same thing. So, Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 18, what does it say? And the judge shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother. Then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shall thou put the evil away from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more such evil among you. What is the evil? Being a false witness. So let's say somebody said, oh, well, he's a false prophet for talking about August 20th. He's a false prophet for mentioning that. If you are not correct and something goes down within his 45 extra days, you will be considered a false prophet and will be shunned. Let's read this. I got to read it again. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother, then shall you do to him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So should I put evil away from among you. And those which shall hear, fear, and shall henceforth commit no more such evil among you. So, if somebody says if he's a false prophet, that's a death penalty. So that means your ass should die. Because you said that he was a false prophet. It's just like you saying he's a homosexual, nigga. It's a death penalty you are putting on this man by saying he is a false prophet. It is very serious. But, it's still the 45 days, so I'm going to wait 17 more days and go in some more. But nothing at all happened on August 20th. And then I have that calendar that I want to show you. I don't want to debate. Yeah, I can show you where it was 5 months. Boom, that's 150 days, right? Boom. You cut that in there. You do the division. What's that? 30, all day, every day. I see that. But when you have a scientific mind, I'm not going to puff myself up. But what I would say is if you do have a scientific mind, then you know about instruments of measurement. Like a ruler is an instrument of measurement. Your thermometer in your car, instrument of measurement. Acceleration, How many miles per hour are you going? A calendar, an instrument of measurement, a chart, so that you can understand where you are at in time. And to lie and say, well, we can't use the heathen calendar. They're all off. We can't put that on our calendar. So basically, you're telling everybody, we can't translate to English for you. If you're out of town, you go by kilometers. But because you are in America, you go by miles. You got to translate it to what people are using. If every day on the calendar, they put the heathen day, they measure day by every time the sun rises. It's the beginning of a new day. It's morning. And every time the sun rises, the heathen had a day that they already set at 12, but they have a day set for that sunrise. It's the same day. They have a day for every single day. Only one day for every single of Yahweh's day on Yahweh's calendar. They only have one day. So they can be parallel. And all throughout history, don't make me go and get all of the recordings. Like when you announce holy days, it'll be a week before a holy day. I can look it up myself. A week before a holy day. And you'll be saying, well, on August the 27th, you'll be using the heathen calendar to tell everybody when the Day of Atonement or when is the Passover. You'll be telling them a heathen day so they all can understand what day to celebrate. But when it comes to your calendar, you can't use heathen. Can't use heathen days. That right there is deceit. It's fraud. But a calendar, like a ruler, like a weight, it's a chart. So it's tangible. I'm not puffing my, well, he's an internet. Listen, man. And this right here is for Moreh Yoel, the Book of Jasher. Because he believes the Book of Jasher to his detriment. I kept this in the silo for a while. This is only a couple of them. Let me see. Okay. Well, I'll say this in a little bit. I'll keep that. So let's begin with the Book of Jasher. This is for Moreh Yoel. Using astrological charts to determine a location. Now, Moreh Yoel, do you believe that as an Israelite, that we can use an astrological chart with a magical instrument in order to determine the human being or the identity of the person in front of me? What I tell you is the Book of Jasher says that Benjamin used the astrological chart and an instrument to find out that it was Joseph standing in front of him. He found out it was Joseph standing in front of him using the astrological chart. Do you go by this, Yoel? All praises to Yahweh, but let me read some of this. Mr. Yoel, because you hung up on me. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's get to the facts. And you hung up on me because I said the fake hate. Like I said, long live the house of Ishiyah. You know how David had a house? Long live the house of Ishiyah. That I love that brother. How can you say I hate y'all? What I would say is, I talk about his doctrine. I would definitely say that how I feel about it is like me and Ishiyah playing chess. And I said, checkmate, niglet. Not just playing. Checkmate-ish. No, that's fine. But Yoel, let me read this. And he's ordered them to bring before him his map of the stars, whereby Joseph knew all the times. And Joseph said unto Benjamin, I have heard that the Hebrews are acquainted with all wisdom. Dost thou know anything of this? And Benjamin said, thy servant is knowing also of all wisdom which thy father taught me. And Joseph said unto Benjamin, look now at this instrument and understand where thy brother Joseph is in Egypt, who you said went down to Egypt. And Benjamin beheld the instrument with the map of the stars of heaven. And he was wise and looked therein and to know where his brother was. And Benjamin divided the whole land of Egypt into 4 divisions. And he found that he who was sitting upon the throne before him was his brother Joseph. And Benjamin wondered greatly. And when Joseph saw that his brother Benjamin was much astonished, he said to Benjamin, what hast thou seen? And why art thou astonished? And Benjamin said unto Joseph, I can see by that Joseph, my brother, sitteth here with me upon the throne. And Joseph said unto him, I am Joseph thy brother. Reveal not this thing to thy brethren. Behold, I will send thee with them when they go away, and I will command them to be brought back into the city, and I will take thee away from them. Now, of course, I didn't finish this, so I got the stargazers and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? The book of Leviticus, Jeremiah 10 and all that. But Moreh Yoel, you believe in the book of Jasher. They'll be using this astrological charts to find out the person in front of me. I guess it's a GPS for those times where he would use an astrological chart. And then, okay, now you're saying astrological chart. Do we say we can do Cancer and Sagittarius now? These are questions we need to know. All right. Now we can continue. Here's a good one. Moreh. This is the book of Jasher. I disagree with the book of Jasher. This is your brother. I disagree with the book of Jasher. Brother, that's why I like Moreh Ishiyah. This is the only person I can talk to this about. I can only call Ishiyah if I want to talk about beating up the book of Jasher. Who else I'm going to call? So you say I hate y'all. Like, you're fucking, you know what I'm saying? Y'all coming up with shit just because y'all want to say somebody hates y'all because somebody calling y'all out on some shit. Oh, I hate y'all. But it was like Jasher 1 and 16. Cain brought inferior fruit. So y'all cannot say that, well, it was because the Almighty knows Cain's heart and he knew that Cain had wickedness. He did not bring this offering that he was going to change. This offering was not, you know what I'm saying? It was in his heart. That's what a lot of people are saying, because now the book of Jasher is telling you that the reason that Cain was cursed and turned white, Yoel, was because he brought inferior fruit. I need you to acknowledge that. This is chapter 1 and verse 16, Yoel. You hung up on me. And then you will say, don't call me. You even said on the thing, don't call me. You act like you like my favorite one. You like my favorite Moreh today. You know what I'm saying? Beating up on the Christians, beating up on the Muslims. It don't get no better than Moreh Yoel. I don't even know. But you know what I'm saying? I guess when we talk against, And like I said, that's a family cover-up. Okay, I know that's your extended family for real. That's why you hung up on me, because I said something about that being your family, probably. That's why you hung up on me. They my family too. I might not have been married into the family yet, but they my family too. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't hate me too much. But look, right here, you got to believe this, Yoel. So Cain brought inferior fruit. That's why he was cursed. Period. All right. That's why. I mean, that's why he, his offering wasn't taken, because it was inferior fruit. You got to believe this. Now, Yoel, do you believe that Joseph was talking to his dead? Was this his mother? Go to the Book of Jasher. Y'all can Google it right now. So what it say right here? It's clear as day. Joseph was talking to dead people. Do we talk to dead people? Moreh, Aaron? Do we? And I'm gonna post this on your thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna be a scorner, a hater. I don't like you. I want all bad stuff to happen to you. And all types of crazy shit. Like, I really don't want I want you to prosper. Why would I want you to do bad? But when I show this to you, now I'm the hater and the scorner that don't keep the Sabbath, and then I ain't shit. And he deserved death because he didn't violate the Sabbath. You talk about I'm a false prophet, but you a Sabbath breaker, dude. Get your head chopped. That's what they saying now. And that's not fair. But let me read this. Joseph heard a voice speaking to him beneath the ground, which answered him with bitterness of heart, and with the voice of weeping, praying in these words. My son, Joseph, I have heard the voice of thy weeping and the voice of thy lamentation. I have seen thy tears. I know thy trouble, my son. It grieves me for thy sake, and abound grief is added to my grief. Now, we know that Saul got punished for talking to the dead. But this in the book of Jasher is like, so they talk to the dead, let's go to the next. People talking to the dead. In the book of Jasher, is that what the brothers is doing? I got more darts. Let's continue. 3 angels came to Abraham. So now, Moreh Aaron. And I say Aaron. Ooh, let me. I say Moreh Yoel. Since you believe in the book of Jasher, 3 angels came to see Abraham. And the Lord appeared to him in the plain of memory and sent 3 of his ministering angels to visit him, right? So the Lord sent 3 of his ministering angels. Does that sound like the Almighty was with Abraham? Does that sound like the Almighty ate with Abraham? That sound like the Almighty sat there with 2 other angels and ate with Abraham? Like all like Elisha teach, like all these teachers teach? Did this book of Jasher sound like it's the Almighty that was sitting with Abraham, or did he say, and he sent 3 of his ministering angels to visit him? And he was sitting at the door of the tent, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and lo, 3 men were coming from a distance, and he rose up and ran to meet them. He bowed down to them and brought them into this house. All right. So all them teaching that the Almighty sat with Abraham, ate meat, That's not the Almighty. He said he sent 3 angels. That's not the Almighty. He didn't sit with the Almighty, all right, according to the Book of Jasher. And you have to believe this. Or I'm just tripping. Am I tripping? It's the Book of Jasher. Let's continue, though. Let me read this. Because this is ridiculous. Shout out to all the family. Oh, I see the brother. I put up the motherfucker. Hold on. If anybody want to come in, say anything, the link is there. I'll let you on the live. Say what you want to say. Right now, this is dedicated to Yoel because I didn't even want to bring this out. I'm bringing it out prematurely because he hung up on me. Then I tried to call back. And it went to voicemail. He felt some type of way because I said it was some made up ass hate. And it is some made up ass hate. And if he want to act like I hate him, I guess I'll be number one. That I hate everybody. And I'm doing it because I want something bad to happen. And I want them to have bad luck. Because when you call them a false prophet, it's like as bad as calling them a homosexual. And it is kind of bad to do that shit. I understand. Yeah, but let me continue. This right here is ridiculous, Yoel. This is in the Book of Jasher. Let me read this. This is the ridiculous stuff that you have to validate. Now, what does it say? In Jasher chapter 44, verse 29. And she gave them knives to peel cisterns to eat them. And she commanded that they should dress Joseph in costly garments, and that he should appear before them, and Joseph come before their eyes. And all the women looked on Joseph and could not take their eyes off of him. And they all cut their hands with the knives that they had in their hands. And all the cisterns that were in their hands were filled with blood. In the Book of Jasher, it said that Joseph would look so good that these women had knives in their hand, and all the women made a mistake and cut themselves, each and every one of them, because he looked so good. Let's keep reading. Verse 30 of Jasher chapter 44. And they knew not what they had done, but they continued to look at the beauty of Joseph and did not turn their eyelids from him. And Zilkah saw what they had done, and she said unto them, what is this work that ye have done? Behold, I gave you cisterns to eat, and you have all cut your hands. And all, I want to say that again. And all the women saw their hands, and behold, they were full of blood. And their blood flowed down upon their garments. And they said unto her, this slave in your house has overcome us, and we cannot turn our eyelids from him on the account of his beauty. They saying that Joseph just looks so good. Joseph looks so good in the Book of Jasher that these women is cutting themselves. Let me keep going. This is verse 33. And she said unto them, surely this happened to you in the moment you looked on him, and you could not contain yourself from him. How then can I refrain then when he is constantly in my house and I see him day after day going in and out of my house? How then can I keep from declining or even perishing on the account of this? Now, this is Potiphar's wife talking to all the women that just cut themselves because they seen how good he looked. So they cut themselves. This is the dumbass shit in the book of Jasher. But let me keep going. So let me keep reading. And they said unto her, the words are true. But who can see this beautiful form in the house and refrain from him? And is not he not thy slave and attendant in thy house? And why dost thou not tell him that which is in thy heart, and suffer thy soul to perish through this matter? And she said unto him, I am daily endeavoring to persuade him, and he will not consent to my wishes. And I promised him everything that is good, and yet I could meet him with no return from him. I am therefore in a declining state, as you can see. She's saying right here, look, I want him to commit adultery so bad. Man, that's what I'm saying. Joseph was a real soldier. Because she threw, when we talk about somebody throwing the pussy, according to the book of Jasher, here right here. And verse 36, and Zilkah became very ill on the account of her desire towards Joseph. She got sick, very sick, because she desired Joseph. And all the women cut themselves because of Joseph. Everybody know about this shit but Potiphar. Everybody know that she want him, and Joseph is avoiding her, saying, no, I will not commit adultery. Everybody, all the women know. But Joseph still got in trouble. Let's continue. This verse 36, and Zilkah became very ill on the account of desire toward Joseph. She was desperately lovesick on account of him. All the women in the house of Zilkah and her husband knew nothing of the matter. Zilkah was ill on the account of her love to Joseph. Mm-hmm. And all the people of her house asked her, saying, why art thou ill and declining, and lacketh nothing? And she said unto them, I know not this one thing that daily increasing upon me. And all the women and her friends came daily to see her, and they spoke with her. And she said unto them, this can only be through the love of Joseph. And they said unto her, entice him and seize him secretly. Perhaps he may hearken unto thee and put off the death from thee. So they trying to say, listen, you're going to die unless you entice him and seize him secretly. So these people is telling her how to commit adultery. After then cut their motherfucking self. Oh, well, like I said, you can believe whatever you want to say. This right here is an obvious contradiction. I brought this out before. Genesis 21, verse 14 says, Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water, gave it to Hagar, put it on her shoulder, and the child sent her away. And she departed. All right. Let me turn it off. And that's Genesis 21 and 14, where it says she departed and wandered the wilderness. That's Genesis 21 and 14, right? So Genesis 22 said, it came to pass after these things that Elohim did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, to get him into the land of Moreh, and offer him there for a burnt offering unto one of the mountains, which I shall tell thee of. So right here in Genesis 22, he's sacrificing Isaac after he tells Ishmael and his mother to go away in Genesis 21. Genesis 22, he's sacrificing Isaac. Genesis 21 to go away. But guess what? The book of Jasher says that Ishmael was there when he was about to sacrifice Isaac. Even though he was banished in chapter 21, it said Ishmael was in 22. Ishmael was in Genesis chapter 22. Even though he was banished in Genesis chapter 21, the book of Jasher is saying Ishmael is in chapter 22. So what does it say? Abraham took two of his youth men with him, Ishmael, the son of Hagar, to make it clear what Ishmael he's talking about, and Eliezer his servant. And they went together with them, and whilst they were walking in the road, and the young men spoke these words unto themselves. Ishmael said to Eliezer, now my father Abraham is going with Isaac to bring him up for a burnt offering unto the Lord, as he commanded him. So like Ishmael is talking to Eliezer while Abraham, this is Genesis chapter 22, when Ishmael is obviously banished in Genesis chapter 21. Obviously. But you can overlook this because there's always some wrong in every book, right? But the problem about the book of Jasher, that you have not shown the lies in the book of Jasher. And this is not all the lies. This is just some of that I want to bring out right now. I have more highlights that I just did not transfer into, into the computer, for lack of better vocabulary. But I definitely want to say your family cover up. I understand. I love family. I love y'all too. Extended family for real. But he told me, don't call him. Don't call him. He said it on the live. Don't call him like he mad. And also, the Almighty said, don't be afraid of him. They said something that did not happen. Am I supposed to be afraid to speak on it? No. So, Ms. Yoel, you believe in the Book of Jasher. You have some questions to answer now. We are talking about debate. I had this for a long time for you. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it to the beloved brother Yoel, who I love and I have no problem with. Why would I want to say that, no, stop talking about the Book of Jasher because it's garbage as well? What? Nobody knows who's going to the kingdom. And we say, oh, well, you don't keep the Sabbath, they keep the Sabbath. The Almighty going to choose them, he going to choose you. Okay. How haughty and arrogant are you? Or you know who keep the law. And you know how the Almighty going to judge them, right? And these people give to the poor. You don't do shit. You an internet. You ain't shit. Let me I want to share one more thing with the brothers. Let me make sure to get this before I go. I like this, and I'm gonna go back to this. Because right there, I counted every 10 days. I circled every 10 days, and I labeled it. Let's see if anybody wants to get on. If y'all want to get on here, if not, I'm about to get up off this, boy. I said everything I had to say. All right. I mean, you can tend to believe in Jasher if you want to tend to believe in it. That's on you. I tend to blow holes in the Book of Jasher. So if you don't believe that that was a hole in the Book of Jasher, maybe you just don't understand. But the Almighty's word is definitely going to trump the Book of Jasher. There's other things I could have brought out. And any of you brothers can jump on the live if you want to. But this right here is what I brought out. And basically, this is my whole thing for their calendar. want to have a calendar that's 360 days. Then when I count it, then they say, well, you know, that's because you're using a heathen calendar. You can't, you won't understand. But I asked them this. Every time they want everybody in the congregation to know when is a holy day, the Feast of Trumpets. It might be on a Tuesday. So they have to tell them a heathen day. They always, you go online, they always tell them a heathen day when they want them to pinpoint when to keep this holy day, when to keep the Day of Atonement. Just take a couple days, just take the Sabbath before the Day of Atonement happened, and you'll see them state a heathen day when they want to pinpoint on the calendar when to keep this. So right there, I made a calendar, started on the day they started. Every time the sun comes up, the heathen has a day too. 360 days, they added 7 days. I've heard many different ways they can wiggle around it. But 360 days, they added 7 days. How do you add, take away? Oh, you can add 4 days because the earth was made on the 4th. They come up with all types of stuff. So, okay, so it's 360, but what happens is, you know, every time you go to sleep, they take an hour from you, and in 8 months, that's 280, 240 hours, which is 10 days. You see, and then, but right here we see that the calendar failed. So they added 7 days. Where did they come from? How you gonna skip over 7 whole heathen days? Every heathen day, you got one of your days. Am I lying? Where's the lie in that? Every time you have a holy day, you got a heathen day attached to it. Every day you got a day, you got a heathen day attached to it. Where's the lie in that? Where is it? So make a parallel calendar right here. Boom. Extra. Maybe we can zoom into this. Man. All right, this is when they started it, 2019. Last year started on March. Boom. 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, May, 40, 50, 60, 70. Every 10 days, I circled it and labeled it until we get to 360 days, which is on the 19th. So that means the first day is the 20th, but they started on the 27th, man. That's 7 extra days, man. Am I crazy? I'm going crazy. I gotta be over at I gotta be, because you cannot understand it unless you go to their class every time. And one day you hope to get that message. Other than that, you don't understand how you get the other 7 days. Real talk. Any brother want to jump on this, boy? I give you the link. Let me see. If not, I think I proved my point. He said, I'm going to exalt myself. Oh, I'm going to exalt myself. I got nobody here. I got nothing but nobody here but family. This is my diary. This is Unity Ghost. Today, I had actually Yoel hang up on me. When will I ever thought that would ever happen in my life? I am documenting that. And I'm also clapping back. You gonna clap back with the Book of Jasher. So he got to answer some questions, which I don't think he's going to answer those questions in the Book of Jasher. I don't think he's going to answer those questions in the Book of Jasher. I don't think so. So, I ain't nobody, praise Yah, to even know the Moreh Yoel, Yoel and the Moreh Ishiyah and all the brothers. Praise Yah for that, man. I ain't, oh, we haters. We don't, we want something bad to happen to them. And all this bullshit. Like, they just be bullshitting. Oh, I want something bad to happen to which one of y'all? So you say I want y'all to get in a car accident or something? I could swear on Yahweh that I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. What the fuck? Kind of stupid shit is y'all niggas talking about? Oh, we hate you. You're scorners. This shit is, man, this is really getting to me. Because we question you that we hate you. This shit is, man, and I'm cussing and everything. It's frustrating, man. Look, I tend to believe in Jasher. I'm sorry for you. And that's why, like, when people believe in Jasher, they cannot believe in Jubilees. You know what I mean? Because Jasher and Jubilees contradict each other in the most obvious ways. Jubilee says that he burned his father's idols. Jasher says Abraham broke his father's idols. Jubilee said he burned them. It's obvious difference. So you got to choose one. So that's why people don't say Jubilees. They don't believe in the Book of Jubilees, even though that's mentioned. They don't want to claim that one. They want to claim Jasher and still get crumb crushed. But in regards to voting, I remember the brother. I want to address that. City council does decide what nonprofits get certain funding. So you can say voting or whatever, but when we talk about funding nonprofits, that's actually talking about real money and getting on the nonprofit funding list in the city council, because city council goes by their constituency, which is the people that voted for them. And if you can get people that voted to say, I want to give money to this organization, they have no choice talking to their constituency. So there's certain things we talk about voting and everything, right? No, I understand what you mean, but there's also funds that go to certain people, and city council has to say so. But as I said before, you answer everybody else's question. Why you answer my question? Okay. So yeah, I would definitely want to say that I have love for my brothers. Like I say, I love Ishiyah. I can't say I don't love Ishiyah. And his strong, wise, and intelligent wife, who I know too for a long time. And Ishiyah is blessed to have her, and all his children, and all blessed. I love my brother. For y'all to be lying, somebody hate y'all, man. This shit is ridiculous. Because I disagree. No. Of course, I know people differently, so I don't mean I know everybody the same. But I don't hate. Like, y'all ain't did nothing to me where I'm like, y'all gonna do something bad to me or something. I mean, I guess because I'm doing all these damn videos, y'all might. Shit. Let me get the hell up off here. I'm talking too much. Give all praises to the mighty Yahweh.